But I'm gonna try to get through this without crying. Basically, what happened in my dream, I was on a cruise ship, and there was a lot of other people on this cruise ship. Nobody that I know, but it was me on this cruise ship and a bunch of other people, and everything was going great. People were on the cruise ship, like having the time of their lives, you know, swimming, gambling, enjoying themselves, having fun with their friends and family, everything. And everything was going fine until we crossed a part in the ocean. We got to a certain part in the ocean, and everything started going south. Like, people started dying on the cruise ship. People started getting very sick. People started fighting. People started killing one another. People started going missing. Like, a bunch of stuff just started happening, and it was like crazy. And there were some people who realized and like was seeing what was going on. A group of people were like aware of everything that was going on, but then there was another group of people who had no idea. People kept continuing with like their festivities or like everything on the boat and just like continuing as if like nothing was happening and not noticing. So I was aware of everything. I was very hyper aware of what was going on, and I was like, something is not right. Whatever. I sat and I waited it out on the cruise ship until the boat docked, and it docked like at the dock, whatever, and we got to an island. And when you look out on the island, what I could see was like chaos and calamity, like people sick on the ground, like hunched over. People were like basically like zombies. People were sick. People, like, there was dead people, and there was a very distinct, a very terrible energy in the air. Like, it felt like you're suffocating and felt like a buzz noise in your ear. I don't know how to explain it, but it was a very bad energy. And I remember seeing this, like, we pulled up, or not pulled up, I guess the boat docked at the island, and I remember seeing this and feeling this energy and seeing everything that was going on, and I am saying, hell no, I am not getting off of this cruise, this ship. There's no way. And I'm trying to warn everybody around me, like, guys, look at what's happening. Look at the island. Do not get off of this cruise ship. But a bunch of people decided to get off of the cruise ship because they couldn't see what was happening. Like, with their eyes, they couldn't, and like their spirit, they couldn't discern what was happening, and they couldn't see the chaos. Like, it just looked normal to them. And I'm there, and I remember pleading with people, like, do not get off of this cruise. Like, you are going to die. Like, look what's happening. And nobody was listening to me. And then I remember this one guy, as he was like coming up, or coming to like get off of the cruise, he started listening to me, and he was saying that like he's feeling a weird energy. He senses something as well, but he didn't know what it was. And when he looked out onto the island, he couldn't fully see the chaos. The man looked into the island. He could feel like that something was off, but he couldn't fully feel and fully understand because he couldn't discern it. Like, he didn't have that gift of discernment. He didn't know God, and he just couldn't fully see. So although things felt weird to him, he kind of just accepted it and said he was gonna go anyways. And I feel like that dream so much pertains to our current times that we're in right now. To me, I don't know if it's just me, or like, I'm sure there are like other people out there, but I'm sure there's a bunch of other people who don't feel it. But ever since 2020, it's felt like the craziest shift in energy. It feels like every day that we're living in, to me at least, it feels terrible. So I guess this is just a dream, kind of just to warn people that we have to wake up to what is happening in the world. We have to not just accept it for just what it is, but understand that there's a spiritual battle. And
sweating bullets, their eyes turned red, and that was getting sick too, and I'm gonna go into it. But Jake was sweating bullets, their eyes turned red, and it was an instant. I don't know how to say it or phrase it, but they caught it and got sick right away. The symptoms, it was instant symptoms. There we go. Jake started sweating, slowing down, sluggish, and their eyes turned red, buckshot red. But it was like every other person that I seen. I was driving. I was on my way to go pick up, one of my women, and on my way to go get her from her crib, our spot, to bring her back to my spot, I noticed people all around me were just sick, getting sick. Every other person was getting sick, and I say every other person because there were healthy people trying to aid the sick people. So if there was a sick person, there was a healthy person right next to them trying to comfort them or something like that.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Merkakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to the elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, with sincerity, truth, and with charity. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls God. Ba'ashem means in the name of, and Yahushai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls JC. His true name is Yahushai. And the language you heard me speak was the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. That is the true holy language of our people, Israel. right, consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners who have been scattered abroad, scattered among the four corners of the earth. Once again, I'm their brother Barak. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. Now, the videos I played in the beginning of this video, they're from the brother GMS Awakening 144, the elder brother Amon Gabar. Subscribe to his channel and be edified. And basically, the videos that I played were from, I believe, April 15th, right? So not that long ago, before this whole, Hunter virus thing started getting publicity. This, basically the brother had a dream of people's eyes. Well, the elder brother Amon Gabar, he had a dream of people's eyes basically turning bloodshot red, right? And this was before this whole thing even came out. And well, how do I say this? Before you started making publicity on the news and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now if you go and look up hantavirus symptoms, right? I believe I looked up hantavirus eyes. It says ocular manifestations of a hantavirus, right? And it shows like this eyes, like these red eyes, which this was the same thing the brother was having in his dream. And then on top of that, the next clip was this woman, and she basically was talking about, she basically was speaking about, that there was some sort of pestilence on a boat in her dream, right? And this is, I believe that video was also relatively recently uploaded. Now, and lo and behold, you have this so-called virus, or they say it broke out from a boat, not an outbreak on a boat. Which, if that's true, or either way, if this is true, right, that's spiritual, because the Lord had put it on this person's spirit to speak about this, right, in the dream, right. This is all spiritual, right. And so I'm going to read this precept, right, just showing you that the Lord is revealing his secrets unto the prophets first, and the Spirit, he's revealing the secrets. And the Spirit had put on the prophets to share them and warn people about these things before they even happen, right? And Lord willing, this is this event, this next phase, if you want to call it that, this Hunter virus, Lord willing, this is the thing that really starts off their new world order, because this is what we're hoping we can get the fuck out of this place faster, right? So I have the book of Amos 3:7. It says, "Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing unless he revealed his secret unto his servants the prophets." And that's the thing that you're seeing the Lord give to his prophets. He's giving them the Spirit to speak about these things. What? Famines, pestilences, Jacob's trouble, the implementation of the mark of the beast, right? The RFID microchip. He's putting the Spirit on the prophets to speak about these things before anybody else. And you know that because the apostles and elders 40 years ago, right? Even longer, were speaking about these things. On the highways and hedges, or on 34th Street in Manhattan, right? These are the men that were first speaking about these things. The Lord revealeth his secrets unto the prophets. He didn't reveal his secrets unto some 2/3. He didn't reveal his secrets unto some fucking, some devil, right? He's revealing his secrets to the prophets. And also, you will have the Lord pour out his Spirit upon all flesh, right? All flesh, right? So he'll put dreams in certain people. There's certain people who are not in this truth. Right, these people might be calling on JC. They might be like, whatever. The Lord might still give these individuals dreams, right? Right. And I have the book of Joel 2:28. It says, And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Right? And so the Lord, he will still pour out his, spirit, prophecy onto these people. Right? But the Lord, he revealeth his secrets first to the prophets. Right? This is why you see in the Lord, the apostles, the elders, they were speaking about famines and pestilences, right, before all these people were speaking about it, right? That's ultimately, that's what the job of the prophets, that's the job of the prophets and what they're here to do, basically, speak about these things, right? So pay attention, pay attention to what these men are saying, right? Pay attention to what the men of the Lord are saying, because what does the scripture say? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? And what it said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times that are coming. Meaning, you better hearken on to what the men of the Lord are saying. And if you don't, you're going to be fucking cooked out here. You're going to be fucking destroyed. You're going to be squashed, bro. What the prophets are saying, what the men of the Lord are saying, what the elect are saying, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. Basically, this is what's going to be the most important thing, the most useful thing, and what's going to keep you stable during the time of destruction, right? When people are here, basically dying from famine, right? When they're out here, basically shooting each other, eating each other. The only thing that's gonna be, the only thing that's gonna matter is if the Lord is with you. And if the Lord is not with you, right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, if he's not with you, then you're done, or you're done. And you can look at us and say, well, these guys are idiots. What are they talking about? There's not gonna be no food shortages. Whatever these people think. These people, if you don't want to hearken onto the words of the prophets, then, which ultimately the words of the prophets are the words of the Lord, because we're just a mouthpiece of the Lord, right? But if you don't want to hearken onto the words of the prophets, then, whatever, the hell with you, basically, But this just shows you right here, these two clips, right? These two clips I showed in the beginning. This is showing you right there that the Lord, He's pouring out. He's basically you better, first of all, you better listen to the prophets, and second of all, he's revealing these things. This is just proof right here. He's revealing his secrets to the prophets first, right? And more of these prophecies are going to come to pass. Joel 2:20, right? We're already starting to see that parts of that happening right now, right? You're seeing what. You're seeing the mark of the beast slowly get implemented into society, right? You're seeing Joel chapter 3 take place, right? Basically, the Lord starting to set up he's setting up the stage for Joel chapter 3 to take place, right? You're seeing all these things start to happen, right? So, you better take heed to what the prophets are saying, because the prophets are right. And the prophets are right. They have the 144% truth. Right? If you have a fucking problem with the prophets, then get the fuck out of here. Right? But for the rest of you sincere people out there, you keep listening and learning. Right? Just wanted to show this video. Right? Just showing, man, the Lord, he's really revealing these things onto these men, right? And the men of Great Millstone, right? Not these other Israelite groups, these false camps, these Israelite congregations, these Christian congregations. The Lord is not dealing with these people. The Lord is not dealing with these people, right? But with that, I just wanted to make this quick video. Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to the elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai with sincerity and with charity. Shalom.